couple of those have feature versions. A couple of them have the ideas for feature versions. Some shorts speak better towards, you can more naturally see expanding. I think Time Freak, you can pretty easily see how that gets bigger. Something like Cataplexy might be a little bit harder because as it is right now, although it's a full story, it is also a setup and a punchline.
It's a perfect short.
It is
a perfect short.
Whereas something like Time Freak, I can definitely see the big version, and I've seen table reads for the big version, and it's really funny.
One of the things that I want you guys to understand is we invested in these guys after only seeing Ellen, right? So Ellen was weird, and I get that. But if you think about it, and this is what I thought about, is like they said, they had a prop they had to use, they had a line they had to use, right? They had a very limited budget, and they had 72 hours to make the movie. And when I watched it, I'm sitting out there in the audience, I watched it, and I just thought of it in that context. You think about how hard a short is to really make in those constraints, right? Those constraints are amazing. And so to me, a short, and this is a conversation we always have about feature short. I love the short because you have such limited time to make your point, whatever the point is. You have such limited time to do it, right, that it has to work. In a feature, you can make a few mistakes during it because you got time to make it up in the movie. With a short, you just don't have it. And that was the talent that I saw with these guys was, okay, so it was cloning and it was kind of weird and it was kind of interesting, but when you think about those parameters, and what we said was, let's give them a real budget to make a short and see what you can actually do with it. And it was amazing what they were able to put together. And that's why running tribute after Ellen is so important, right? You can see the difference. It's not difference in talent, it's just difference in dollars at that point.
Production value.
That's really good.
And I think all the movies that John and I have made, the movies that we made together, the movies that we made separately, all speak to a common truth about relationships, about human interaction. I mean, yes, there's the conceit of time travel. Yes, there's the conceit of a guy has cataplexy and it makes him paralyzed when he feels love. There's the deaths of tribute. There's something about them that's a little off and weird and has a conceit. But at the heart of all of them, it's about relationships. And John and I want to make real movies about real people put into extraordinary circumstances. Extraordinary in the sense of like, where am I? What is happening? Because we all find ourselves in those circumstances sometimes in our lives. And so I think that that's just an important point to make, is that they're not sort of one note or one joke. We don't set out to make one joke or one note movies. We set out to make movies that are about people and about how we interact.